Hello, boys and girls. This is Chris Morgan here with another episode of Karp Talk Radio. And tonight we're down Jamie, so we're down a man. It's just me
and Ryan Ferry.
So we'll be taking care of you guys tonight. We'll do the best we can without Jamie. So I guess we'll get to talk this time.
Yeah, for once.
But you guys might notice that this episode is a little bit late compared to the other ones, and that's just because we've had a lot of things come up. We actually have lives outside of YouTube. Can't make a living here, but
believe it or not,
you even picked up an extra job, so you've been double busy.
Yeah.
And we got done with soccer and academic team and stuff winding down, so hopefully we'll get all that out of the way and we can get back to just regularly scheduled Pokemon programming.
Same Pokemon time, same Pokemon place. Oh, wait, that's the outro. Sorry.
All right, let's see. We've actually had quite a bit of news between the time of our last episode and this one. And
it's amazing what happens when you're gone forever.
Yeah, probably the biggest news out of it all is that we're finally getting Hoopa in the United States, for the people that's been playing the video game for quite a while. Everybody talks about Hoopa and how you can get a Hoopa and things like that, but now apparently all you have to do is go to McDonald's. So
marketing.
Absolutely, which they've been Pokemon's been marketing with McDonald's for quite a while now. I used to try to pick up the promo cards, but this is really neat though that there's actually going to support the video game as well.
Yeah, I really, really like the concept. Yeah, I'd like a Hoopa with a Castilia cone and a Miltank burger. A big Miltank.
Yeah. But have you collected any of the cards before that they've done?
I personally have not. I'm kind of a condition whore for my collection, for lack of better words. Like if I'm going to be playing with it, as long as the front isn't messed up, I really don't care that much. But if it's going to go in my binder to show off or trade to people, I'm a little more worried about condition. And have you seen the way those employees at the restaurants throw those things around?
Yeah.
It's not a good time to try to get the cards in good condition. I know they're not as expensive as other Gem Mint 10 promos, but at the same time, getting a Gem Mint 10 McDonald's promo is really, really difficult.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Just like the tins
which the ones that we got, they're not too bad. Every once in a while you get one that just looks like it's had the heck beat out of it, but for the most part they don't come out too bad. They're usually in a little clear sleeve against a piece of cardboard. So usually the damage occurs from the toy actually being slung around, and the toy will kind of pierce the card a little bit. But genuinely, they weren't too awful bad. But me and Xavier, we usually try to collect those every time. That's actually one of the reasons he kind of got interested in it. Was the black and white promos were out one time, and he got that in his Happy Meal. It's kind of interested in it because where I played Magic, that's something that he thought he could do. So worked out well. That's good marketing on their part.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it exposes a lot of kids who maybe didn't know much about Pokemon or know really too much about what it is. They're like, oh, I got this card. It's all shiny and pretty. I want to find out more about it. And let's see. There's actually a lot of people back in the heyday of Pokemon, back when Pokemania first hit, that there were a lot of kids I knew that didn't even play the video game and didn't know anything about Pokemon, but just collected the cards because it was the thing to do. Or I remember trying to get all the Burger King toys when I was a kid. Maybe that's why I never eat Burger King now. McDonald's is just because of Super Size Me.
Right.
But Burger King, I just got sick of it because I ate it so much as a kid, trying to get all those toys, and I never was able to get all of them.
Are you talking about the little gold cards?
The gold cards were a separate promotion. You had to pay $10 each for those, and they were a separate promotion entirely, but they were done at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I remember buying buying the gold brick ones. I couldn't remember how they were done, which I was in high school at the time. So
Yeah, they came in these little plastic cases and
yeah, the
little
little
Pokeballs.
Yeah, they were pretty cool. I don't know
I,
what
rem-
I've done with those.
I remember Burger King corporate got in a lot of trouble because the little Pokeballs that the actual toys themselves came in, some little girl choked on one of the pieces or something, which, why? I mean, I understand it's a little kid. Little kids treat things differently, but it seemed to make no sense to me, even at 6 years old at the time, that this person choked on a thing, that big trying to eat it
Um,
or whatever.
I, I work with kids all week long. They
I am
do
so
some.
sorry.
They do some surprisingly dumb things sometimes. Which I've worked with a lot of adults too that do too. So
Yeah, so do adults. That's what I was about to say.
I believe it's just human beings in general. Yeah, there's probably adults that would choke on a Pokeball too.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on from that a little bit. Back to the onion ring holding Hoopa.
Oh yeah. So that's pretty. I mean, it's pretty neat. You can pick it up starting basically right after Thanksgiving up till Christmas time.
Yep.
So make sure you get in there and get your Hoopa. It's a level 50, I think. It says it's holding a focus sash and those hyperspace hole, astonish, psychic, and nasty plot. So
Yep. Nasty plot doubles the special attack stat when used. Hyperspace hole is apparently ridiculously powerful, which I would think it would be given the name.
yeah, that's is that the one that's specifically for Hoopa?
Yeah, that's Hoopa's signature move.
Yeah, and then I believe you just have
Sorry,
to
guys.
get
There's not an earthquake in my house. I'm just trying to adjust my tripod.
you just have to get the prison bottle, I think, to turn into Hoopa Unbound.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. I think he stays that way for like 3 or 4 days.
Let's see. I think he changes to, I want to say, either a psychic ghost or dark ghost when he changes into his unbound form.
So, do you think this is the way though they may release the other 2 Pokemon as well? The what is it, Zygarde?
Zygarde's already been released.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Zygarde's actually the 3rd legendary of the Xerneas and Yveltal trio, and he's found in his own cave in X and Y. It's just the other forms are going to be exclusive to whatever the next game's going to be.
Oh, okay.
And then let's see, Volcanion is the one that hasn't been revealed, I think. The fire water type.
So, do you think that'll be kind of in the next game, maybe?
I could see it having. I thought it was going to have some sort of storyline importance in X and Y, but apparently it isn't going to now, obviously.
Mm.
But guess you make that let's see, make it an exclusive to bars, because it's fire and water.
Hey,
I was trying to make some sort of clever joke there. I guess I should have planned that out.
Yeah, if you can find a way to market it, go for it.
I should have actually read the show notes. That would have been wonderful.
I'm just now reading them, so.
Great omen.
Yeah.
Great omen of things to come.
So we don't have Jamie here to like divert everybody's attention to.
And be like, oh, by the way, guys, you're being completely off topic right now.
Let's see. What else we got this week?
All right, so in some old news, it's old news now, but at the time I was doing show notes, this was recent news. The Pokemon Company revealed the top 8 deck lists of Week 3 regionals. That was Fort Wayne, San Jose, and Vancouver. They're on Pokemon.com right now if you'd like to check them out. Some fun stuff that I found in Vancouver. One of the guys in the top 8, Hayden Cameron Jacobs, ran Seismitoad Genesect. Marshall Carey in San Jose had Flittini in his Archiestoys deck. Fort Wayne, there were 3 of the top 8 that kind of had some fun cards involved. Brian Sablehouse had the non-ancient trait Entei in his Vespiquen deck. Dalen Dockery had Rock Guard as his ace spec in Toad Giratina. And Nick Robinson had 3 of the Grass Fighting Psychic Dark blend energies. I believe that's the typing on those. And he had a Virizion EX and a Sableye Garbodor to prevent the effects of laser, I would presume.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
I would assume that would be a whole lot better than Rainbow and Prism in that situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always liked those blend energies. I wish they'd make some more. Now that we've got fairy energy, it'd be pretty neat.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Because we definitely need more fairy energies to move around with Aromatisse.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Aromatisse.
I do love me some Aromatisse.
BCIF, best card in format is Aromatisse.
Mm.
I can't believe I just had one laying here from where I was unsleeving my deck. Anyways, so some news of Japanese product has come out as well. The Break Evolution box that's going to be released in the States. It's going to be sometime next year. Confirmed in the box is Beheeyem Break, Empoleon Break, and Noctowl Break. Now, we've seen Beheeyem and Empoleon Break, and they've been translated, but we haven't seen what Noctowl Break is going to be yet. And the MSRP for the box that's going to contain the 3 breaks, a Jumbo Break card, 5 packs, and a TCG Online code is going to be $29.99. So they're going to be going in that Hoopa Pikachu box direction with things, which I'm not entirely a fan of, but hopefully these cards will be a little more playable. That way maybe we can justify spending that kind of money on the cards. It's the reason I haven't picked up the Hoopa box yet, even though it has the Arceus card in it, and I love the art. I think I'm just going to try to buy the Arceus single by itself just because I think it's stupid to pay $35 for unplayable stuff and not guarantee you're getting anything out of your packs.
Yeah, those are ridiculously expensive, though. I really like the Pikachu, though.
Yeah, Pikachu EX could be good in Manectric Magnezone.
It seems like a solid card. Even in expanded, I mean, you could always use Rails or something like that. So you have
There's actually a Heliolisk in Phantom Forces that does something similar. I was talking with some of the Louisville players about this beforehand. The Heliolisk from Phantom Forces for 2 energies, lightning and a colorless. You discard as many lightning energies from your side of the field as you like, and it does 30 times the amount you discard. So similar to the Magma's Camera Up EX deal, maybe an archetype could come out with that. And this Heliolisk is at 90 HP, so you can level ball it out.
Nice.
I mean, it's an intriguing option. Is it going to be competitive? Probably not. But we could also come back here at this time next year and say that a Heliolisk Magnezone deck won Worlds.
Yeah. Speaking of Japanese product, we've also, because this episode was late, we now have Gyarados EX, Mega Gyarados EX.
Yes, that came out. That came out much more recently. That came out about 2 days ago now.
Yeah, which the EX, the basic kind of but the Mega, I kind of see some potential for him and expanded in the Archie's Blastoise deck.
Yeah, Zach Carmichael at Top Deck Nation was really, really excited about that card in the Blastoise deck as a one-of tech.
Yeah, I mean,
you could even just Archie's it out.
Yeah, you can Archie's it out, and I mean, it takes care of Megas for you. Like, it's really hard to knock Megas out with just the Keldeo. Like, you have to invest a lot into him, and when he gets knocked out, you got to have at least 2 superior energy retrievals in your hand to get him loaded back up. So I could definitely see this guy doing it because he's not going to need as many energies to get to that point. So, but as far as standard goes, unless we get some kind of accelerator for him, I don't see it working.
Which the special water energy, whenever it inevitably comes out, could serve that purpose as well.
Yeah, a double. That's what we need. We need a double water energy.
It'll be a special water energy that when it's attached to water types, it provides 2.
That would be crazy.
But just have the art be a single just to screw with people.
Yeah. But see, this is the problem. I hope they don't print that because that means now in Seismitoad you run 4 of those and 4 DC.
4 DCs. Oh,
that would be nuts. Everybody would have to pack like 4 Zerosics all of a sudden. We're going to keep that sucker off there.
Oh, yeah. And more Japanese product information. A high-res image came out of the Luxray Break Aerodactyl, Mega Aerodactyl, Mawile, Mega Mawile box set. It also contains 2 other promos. It's reference of promos that were originally exclusive to the States, the Groudon and Kyogre from the Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre figure boxes. Those are going to be printed in Japanese finally. And the Luxray Break has its 2 Lightning, 2 Colorless, Wild Rush. It does 130 plus. Flip a coin until you hit tails, and it does 40 more damage for each heads. The translations of Aerodactyl and Mawile were posted on PokeBeach around, actually 2 weeks ago now. So we already know what those do, but this is the first time we got to see a clear image of what Luxray can do. And maybe playable Luxray, but probably not. Yeah. Unless the ability has GL Luxray level God mode ability.
Did they mention anything about us getting these as a box set, or is these going to be snuck into like our next?
It has not been mentioned yet.
It's always to me, it's really weird that, you know, some of their promos are exclusive and then they'll be putting them to our set, and then some of our like promos go back into their sets, which is
also there's been the confirmation with Palkia EX that it's going to be in the next set, but it is not going to receive the full art treatment like Dialga did, which if I still had mine, I'd show it as an example. The full metal Dialga, the all silver. It would have been really cool to see an all metallic blue Palkia or something like that, but we aren't going to get that, unfortunately.
Did Japan get something like that, or was that just something somebody was thinking?
No, that was just something a group of people were all kind of assuming would happen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would have been pretty sweet. Like the full metal Dialga is pretty awesome. Like I like it a lot. Like I don't like the gold like Reshiram and Zekrom, but the
well, that's mostly because Reshiram and Zekrom have been printed about 30 times.
Yeah, well, I just have trouble seeing them. Like, they don't really show up well. Like you can see the Dialga, or I can when I used it, but
yeah, the Dialga was very visible, whereas Gold Reshiram and Zekrom weren't really. I think those were meant to be more collector's pieces, anyways.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of collector's pieces, welcome to the entire Breakthrough set. Other than trainer reprints.
There's some real crap in that set.
There is virtually nothing in this set that I feel is going to contribute that much to the current format. Houndoom EX, the regular Houndoom EX, could have a mill deck potential with some current stuff, and I've heard some talk about Mega Houndoom Bats. I've heard some talk about Mega Glalie, but I still see no way to make that playable, because if it's got 10 damage counters on it, you're just going to have 120 HP left. And it's really easy to hit for that 120. I mean, at the pre-release, I talked about this last episode, my Bronzer managed to knock out a Glalie EX in one hit from where it hit for weakness. And it's really, really easy even with the prevalence of metal. At least around here, metal's still very prevalent.
Yeah.
I just think Mega Glalie is too easy of a knockout to get to work.
Yeah, as a set overall, like competitive wise, there's not a whole lot in it. I think Judge, it'll be interesting to see what that card does now. And I do like Giovanni. I haven't really got to test with it to know if it's worth taking up a spot or not, but
I feel like it's a much more versatile Iris.
Yeah. Like I like options, so and a card that gives you options is pretty nice, especially where we've got so many cards that like Pokemon that can draw cards now. Like I like my supporters to be really option based and do different things like that. What is that? Oh,
Artillery. Abyssal Hand. Once during your turn before you attack, you draw cards until you have 5 in your hand. It's Delphox's Mystical Fire on a stage 1.
Yep.
Might be a little more playable. Might inhibit Shaman's Price a little bit.
Maybe.
I don't think so, but
no. See, I always liked Mystical Fire on Delphox, but there's just no way to get it into play. That's a great ability. I wish we could get.
And Blaze Ball is a really good attack. It's Hydro Pump for fire.
Which I wish we get the something with the ball toy. I don't remember what set it is. I've used it in a lot of those unlimited tournaments, but it allows you to put the 1 or 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck and then draw till you get 6.
That was Claydol's Cosmic Power ability, I think is what it was.
Yeah, Claydol, yeah.
It was super popular.
I didn't play during that time, but I can definitely see why. Like I used it in that Greninja unlimited deck that I built, which done really good. And for the most part, I always just use Uxie, but
Uxie is unlimited Shaman. It's dirt cheap too. It's like $1.30.
I think you can get the promo off of Tronto for $0.25. But so
I have my promo broken time space around here somewhere that I bought to build an unlimited deck with, and ultimately unlimited such a bad format that I don't think anywhere's going to run it again.
No, I just keep my bats deck together, and I only have it together because of I don't know. I don't really
because why not?
I don't want to take it apart, and I won't ever get to play it again. But it was fun that one time. Or maybe not.
Shout outs to Brick Hardy. Shout outs to all the butthurt people in London.
That's right. I built it for Brick. That man is bats about his bats.
You could say he's batty about them.
He is. He's like if anybody was going to be Batman, he's Batman.
I am Batman. I am the Knight.
All right. Let's see.
I am Batman.
You got anything else on your list there?
Let's see. No, my other thing on my list was the breakthrough release date. That the street date was moved to the 2nd, but old news.
Really
old news that never mattered because the big boxes around here didn't set them up till the 4th, anyways.
Yeah. Let's see. The only other thing I've got on here is I thought maybe we might see what your favorite Pokemon game was all time. Like any Pokemon game, not
favorite
just,
game of all time.
Not just the mainstream games.
Well, I mean, in terms of spin-off games, I never actually played that many of the recent spin-off games. I think Mystery Dungeon is a meh series. Pokemon Ranger was a cool concept, but I just wasn't a fan. Pokemon Pinball was great, but that's more nostalgia. I would probably have to pick a main series game if it was going to be my favorite. In terms of games I spent the most time on, the original games, Red, Blue, Yellow, I spent a ton of time on. Yellow, I spent so much time just trying to break the game with all the glitches and stuff in it, Red, Blue, and Yellow. Mm-hmm. But the game I have the most hours in, the game I feel is the most complete Pokemon game. And once again, maybe this is more nostalgia because I had been fading out of Pokemon up until 2010 when Heart Gold Soul Silver released. It was because my favorite game at that time was Crystal. And I felt like it took 99% of what made Crystal great and made it better. And I felt like it was a much more complete game than even Black and White that came after it. X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are both still good, but there's still a place in my heart for Heart Gold Soul Silver, and I actually just recently started a new save file on Soul Silver so I could play through it again. And I've spent probably thousands of hours on that game. As in multiple thousands.
Ooh. So you're deeply invested.
I was deeply, deeply invested in the video games when I was younger. I still haven't beaten Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. And I've had them since release.
I only picked up Ruby there because Xavier's really interested in playing the competitive part. So, but I've yet to find time to sit down and completely beat it. I think I beat Winona, so I got like 2 more gym badges to go. But just finding time for it right now is my biggest problem.
Exactly. That's the problem with being an adult, huh?
Adults suck. It's like I said last episode, worst decision I ever made was to grow up.
Kids, be a kid as long as you can.
Yeah.
That's probably really, really bad advice, but at the same time, it could be great advice. You never know.
Try, enjoy it while you can, because it really sucks when you're adult. Like, you have to make decisions like, you can either have fun or be the responsible adult.
Or have food.
Yeah. And then you bring kids into the mix, and it's like, they can eat or I can eat. No, it ain't that bad. But
No, we can pay $500 to pimp out our deck, or we can eat top ramen for a month, or I can, do something, make sure my kids are happy.
yeah. Yeah, so no full arts.
Yeah. I'm starting to see the point of min rarity. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Now, Pokemon's one of those games that, as far as the card game goes, you can play it super cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's only expensive if you want it to be expensive, outside of Shaman. But anybody,
outside of Shaman.
But anybody didn't pick those up when they were first out. I mean, that was just a bad call. I know a lot of people were like saying they would be in tens and stuff, but at $20 a piece, I mean, had to know that card was going to go up.
Don't remind me. I am not going to pay $25 for that card. Meanwhile, now it's up to $50.
And I bought 7 at one time. I was like, I'll just bite the bullet.
And I've got 2 of them right now. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what.
We'll work on a trade. We'll work on a trade.
We'll get it there as soon as finding my way back to Lexington right now. Is
finding your way even to Richmond or London.
Hopefully, London, now that soccer and stuff's over, hopefully London might have a tournament or something, which I have the ability to sanction tournaments for them if they want me to. It would all be legit, but we'll see what they want to do. But as far as my favorite game goes, I was pretty invested in the red and blue as well, because that's when it first came out. And those games were a lot harder then because you didn't have XP share and things like that. So you actually had to do like old school
grinding.
Yeah, like in.
You had EXP all, but it split your experience points among all 6 members, and you had to catch 60 Pokemon before you could get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I believe it was 60. Somebody will correct me in the comments, hopefully.
I just remember having to put out Magikarp, switch him out, kill something, and eventually give him the Gyarados.
Yeah, and Fire Red, Leaf Green, I just versus Seeker and rematched all the trainers on the Cerulean Bridge until I had Magikarp leveled up, because I wanted to use a Gyarados, but I wanted to raise it up the hard way.
But
I was a smart kid, huh?
Right. Brilliant. But my favorite game, even though I had the most time invested in those, is going to be the aforementioned Pokemon Pinball. I don't know what it was about that game, but I played the heck out of it, and trying to catch all the Pokemon in it, I don't know if it's even possible, because every time that you go through and your pinball goes around, you light up all the things, you just get a random Pokemon.
It is possible, but you have to rely on RNG, and you have to play on both tables.
But I played a lot of it, which I was already a huge pinball fan anyway, but it was, for a Game Boy game, it was pretty good. It was fun.
Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire is really good too, and it's actually on the Wii U Virtual Console eShop for like $4.
Oh, I did not know this. So I shall probably not be finishing Pokemon Omega Ruby anytime soon then.
Yeah, physical copies of the game are going to be a little bit more, but if you own a Wii U, then it's a good choice. Actually, there's a lot of good games on the Wii U eShop.
I'll have to check it out. We got the Wii U, which I got it basically just in preparation for Potekin tournament when it comes out.
Yeah, I picked up Shovel Knight on the eShop last week, and it is so good. I don't know why I waited a year to get this game. It's so good, and it's $15.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than a lot of games I've paid $60 for.
Yeah. I'd like to see more games develop like that, like that retro style. It's an art form now, so.
Mm-hmm. Gunman Clive's another one I'd highly recommend. Any game of that series is really good, and they're all relatively cheap.
Yeah, I played that one on Android a long time ago. But yeah,
I love platformers.
I do too. Like,
that's my other video game style other than like Pokemon, Smash Bros, Mario Party, platformers.
give me some Mega Man. That's some good stuff there. I like that they released 9 and stuff, and people were all pissed off because they were hard, and the guys were like, "Yeah, I made it that way." So, but those games were hard. They took a long time to beat as a kid.
I mean, Mario World as a kid. Nowadays, I can play Mario World and it's all easy. But back then, man, I remember I was playing, what game was that? It was when I was playing Shovel Knight. And I had just picked up the game and was working on the tutorial level. And my friend was watching me play. And he's like, "Are you sure you've never played this game before?" And then I died like right after he said that. But he was like, you were looking really good until you did that. That's like all those years of Mario World, man. I'm used to that physics.
That's right.
You have to know how far your character's going to jump. You have to anticipate the peak of the arc. There's a lot more thinking to it than I'm willing to admit.
Those games will always hold a special place in my heart. Like Ninja Gaiden for regular Nintendo.
Oh,
it's like one of my all-time favorite games, and it is so hard. And as a little kid, my parents were in this thing where like you couldn't get a new game until you beat a game. It's like this is cruel, man. Do you know how hard this game is?
No, that's when you have them play it.
Oh, I could see them playing it. Get a jump, go.
No, there was a YouTuber I was watching. I think it was back when Attacking Toucans and Josh Jepson did their Super Mario 64 race or whatever. And Attacking Toucans was talking about how when he was a kid, his dad had bought him like an N64 and Super Mario 64. And he had gotten frustrated trying to beat the level, so his dad played it. His dad couldn't beat Koopa the Quick either. So, which Koopa the Quick is like notoriously one of the easiest ones in the game now. But back then, of course, if you didn't know all the shortcuts, it was really, really tough.
Yeah.
So even his dad had a frustrating time beating it, and I think like he said that his family ultimately sold the system or something because of it.
Wow. That's awful.
So hearing that
Poor
story
kid.
and thinking of, well, make them play it made me think of that. Yeah, like my parents were always super supportive of like, they understood that I enjoyed video games and stuff like that. They never really completely understood it. My mom actually got Pokemon Blue and a Game Boy on the suggestion of one of my friend's moms, so she could just understand everything I was talking about. Like, because when I was 6 and playing Pokemon, that was all I knew. That was all I wanted to talk about. That was everything for me.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds a lot like now, actually.
Yeah. Well,
except now I have other hobbies to add on top of it.
Right. Well, like now, where I'm a parent now, it's a lot easier for me to do the things that Xavier's interested in, things like that, than it would be like my parents were really supportive, but like Dad, he would work 60, 65 hours a week. So
yeah,
when he got home, it was his time, and then on the weekend, it was whatever list Mom gave him to do. He was always building something or working on something. And then Mom, she had to teach school and make sure everything at the house was done, because when Dad got home, he was dead tired. So their interest in what I was doing was, well, as long as you're not doing drugs and you're not in trouble, we're doing all right. But, with way, I am now where I teach and stuff, and then like Melinda teaches as well, it's real easy for me to, whatever Xavier's interested into, I can kind of be interested into it with him too. So
to learn more about it.
Yeah, which he really likes Power Rangers and stuff now, except he keeps trying to convince me that Mighty Morphin Power Rangers sucks. And I keep having to go, one of these shows has 200 plus episodes. This other one has 30. Well,
when I was working at GameStop a couple days ago, this kid was talking about amiibos with me, and we probably talked for about 30 minutes. There was nothing better to do in the store. But the kid asked me what my favorite Smash Bros. Game was, and I said it was Melee, and he's like, oh, is it because it's the competitive game? And I'm like, no, it's because I was your age when it came out, and I spent hundreds of hours playing it. I still suck at it now, but I enjoyed it so much. You know, that was back when I had a friend who lived right down the street from me who was into the same stuff I was.
Yeah, I'd say Melee is my favorite one too because I was in college, and we could just. It was good because you had all those people that would come in the room and play them, and you didn't know who half the people were, but there's always somebody getting knocked out and having to pick up another controller. I lost a lot of friends to Double Dash too, so.
Yeah, Double Dash. God, that was such a good game too. That was my first Mario Kart game, was Double Dash. I never played 64. I played it at the dentist's office, and that was about it because my dentist had like a Nintendo 64. And then they had a GameCube set up. And between that and being at my friend's house, that was my introduction to Smash Bros. And I was like, oh, Pichu's in this game. That's pretty cool. I wonder how good he is. Which, when my friends and I played Melee a couple months back and I beat them all with Pichu, they were all like, what? This is the worst character in the game. How did you do this? Oh, well, easy. I just used the platforms to make sure I didn't hit myself with my own attacks.
Sure.
Because if you soften yourself up, then it just makes it easier to get knocked out. That and his have you seen, there's some competitive Smash players that play Pichu against the really, really low-level players because they want to make it like fair or whatever.
Mm.
But I think it was Mewtwo King that used Pichu and four-stocked a guy with Pichu. Like, took all four of the other guys' stocks before he lost one.
It's kind of like good Street Fighter players playing as Dan to beat really bad players. Huh.
It was so entertaining to watch.
Could imagine. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to it.
Sweet. So sounds like we're out of Pokemon stuff since we're reminiscing about awesome Nintendo times. So,
hey, we might expand someday. You never know.
Hey, that's right. Karp Talk could be about anything, right?
Exactly, or it could be about nothing, like Seinfeld.
Yeah, it could be like the #1 TV show of all time.
Yeah,
that's definitely what this is. Waiting for Jamie like to bust through a door right behind you now.
Well, we're white people sitting around talking about things. That's what Seinfeld was, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, the Louisville Players group message is going insane right now.
About this episode?
No.
Okay.
No, they're all wanting to get drunk and play Pokemon. Which I would do, except I would have to drive back to Lexington. And yeah, that driving back to Lexington while under the influence not only is illegal, it would be a bad time. So I'd have to crash there for the night with somebody that I've only met at Pokemon tournaments. Yeah, seems legit.
I mean, it would make Standard more interesting, I guess.
That's great. Yeah, instead of prizes, you have 6 shots sitting there.
Oh, God.
Do that for a tournament. I think, yeah, Mizak and Jacob were talking about that last night and thinking about the disaster that would be.
That'd be kind of funny, actually. There's something to do at Nationals this year.
Yeah, we need to have like a side event that's shots instead of prizes.
I'll hold the camera. We'll get you and somebody else.
Me and Jamie. We'll mix up girly drinks for Jamie since that's all he drinks.
Yeah. We'll some margaritas.
As long as it's not coconut rum, I think I'll be good. The Drunken Mario Party fiasco of 2013 makes me never want coconut rum ever again. But that's not to talk about while we're on film.
Right. Well, you got anything else for this week, man?
Oh, yeah. Double sleeving, PSA. Cool kids use protection.
That's right.
That is all.
Don't be a fool.
Oh, wait. Here we go. Karp Chew.
Yeah. I still didn't get mine graded.
Yeah, I want to get mine graded too, but I broke down and took them out of the package.
Yeah, they're too pretty not to. They have to be appreciated. You can't keep those locked up forever.
Nah. Just like all these darn Funko Pops sitting on my desk.
I never could sell those things when I had a store.
They're a lot more popular now than they were then, though, too.
They just sit there and collected dust. Like, The only time we had one that Southern Hobbies gave us an exclusive that they got for a Magic the Gathering Planeswalker, and I think we got $50 a piece for them.
And then there's a black Nico Bolas that went out to the Pro Tour players. That's really rare. Other than that, all the Magic ones are super common.
Yeah.
And then there was a PAX Prime exclusive Garrick.
Yeah.
I had to look up the set for somebody recently to see like what they needed to complete it.
Yeah, Garrick was the Southern Hobbies one they sent us. It was a gold one.
Oh, really? I've actually never heard of that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think each shop got like 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, geez.
Some of the bigger shops might have got like 5, but it would have to be like something the size of Games and Comics or bigger than that, like A+.
Yeah. I was talking to the owner of Heroes Realm. He's in the group I'm in on Facebook, and I live right down from the store. And I was talking to him, and he's like, yeah, we had an Ozzy Osbourne sitting in here for 2 years, and that's like one of the most sought-after ones now.
It's interesting. Yeah, it is.
It's ridiculous how they've taken off. And you know what was the gateway for me to getting into these things? It was Loot Crate. It was Loot Crate and this one right here.
What is that, like a Bizarro joke or a Bizarro
Joker
Batman?
And the first one they did before that was this glow-in-the-dark Groot. I just recently picked this guy up.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, yeah, we might have to edit all this out if nobody wants to hear it.
Yeah, we'll leave it. That's what Karp Talk's all about, talking to
Chris,
Karp.
edit that out. I think I made a Chris edit that out joke in the booster box opening, too.
Oh, I'll have to finish watching.
Have you actually watched it?
I got to watch like the first 2 or 3 minutes of it.
Oh, you mean the part where I just kind of immediately cut to adjust my position 8 packs in?
No, I like, hold on, we're going to cut to get rid of this plastic. All right, the plastic's gone.
I wasn't going to film myself with a knife.
Yeah, that always leads to bad things.
Yeah. I was using one of my knives that my grandpa gave me, and it's like this older case knife, and it's
you should have got basically like a big machete out or something, laid it down.
Oh,
and then, cut.
There's one of the sneaker YouTubers I watch that uses a knife that's actually illegal in the United States to open his packages. And then Super Duper Danny uses Spidey knife, I think. It's this big knife. It's about this big. It looks like Spider-Man. It's the colors of Spider-Man, and you open it up, and it's got this giant blade.
You should have come back with like bandages off your hands and.
See, I don't think of those things. I should have collaborated with you guys before I filmed it. That way I knew. Instead, I'm over here trying to keep my hands out of the shot, make sure I don't have my massive paws in the camera.
Yeah, I always just adjust mine and hope that everything ends up in the shot. I kind of like use my play mat to kind of figure out what my area is, and then I'll like adjust the iPad above it so I can see where it's at.
Yeah, and then I had a little desk lamp trying to provide lighting, and I realized how bad of an angle that was about 2/3 of the way in the box. It's a learning experience, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you can reshoot, so.
Yeah, I had to, and I think about halfway through, you hear my parents walking past in the hallway and stuff. And I remember asking them, can you please try to be as quiet as possible and make sure the dog doesn't get back here, because these packs are opened. I can't refilm it. Well, this is not something I can go back and do over.
At least it wasn't like Jamie's sister and she just like busts through the door. Are you guys on TV?
Not yet, but we will be.
That's right. It's coming
out.
No,
but you're on candid camera.
Boom. And then she's like screaming as she leaves the room because she realizes we're actually live.
Bye, Felicia.
That's going in the blooper reel, so.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you edited that out.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, you actually edited it out?
That's right. We took care of that. Luckily, nobody was watching it live, but it was recording. Actually, we might send that to like, I think she's like a senior this year. We'll send it to her high school to add to like her video or something.
Yes. No, we'll have it play at her wedding.
There you go. We'll use it for something.
We'll
I've
use it
got
for
it.
some
I've
sort of
got that file
diabolical
sitting
means.
there. So,
God, I tipped over my pops trying to set everything up, so I'm gonna have to put that back. Ugh. First world problem.
we struggle.
The struggle is real. Hashtag.
Well,
Just make the title of the episode a hashtag and then put hashtag after the hashtag. The word hashtag written out. Hashtag.
I was going to call it Jamie Free episode, but
I need to make some sort of Jamie related pun on the tweet then.
that's right. We'll have to think of something.
Karp Talk -1.
Karp down.
Cart down. All right. I think that's about it for this episode.
Yeah, I think it's all the crap we can cram into one episode. So
all the carp we can cram into one episode.
Full on carp.
Carp on carp.
Any shout outs or anything you got?
I'll give a shout out. I'll give a shout out to Professor K of the Pokemon Evolutionaries. Him and I have been in contact over the course of the past couple of weeks, and he's a great guy. And they recently reached 12,000 subscribers, and that's a pretty huge deal.
And we're at 66. If anybody's keeping count.
Yeah, we're at 66. But the fact that he's been taking time out of his day to talk to me whenever I have a question or something like that is really, really cool. And I greatly appreciate it. It's helped us out a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome that a lot of these tubers are so approachable.
And then you get some people that just isolate themselves from everybody else and go off on you on Twitter.
Yeah,
I won't name names, but there was somebody. Actually, there's been two somebodies now that have gone off on me on Twitter.
But that means we're making it, right?
That means they've at least seen the Team Magikarp account, and neither account has blocked us.
That's right.
Yet.
Because who would block this? They would miss out on so much.
Exactly.
I mean, we take everything off the internet and put it in one nice little package and talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, think of all the time you'd have to read and search when you can get it here for free.
Yeah, no paywall behind us.
Boom.
No YouTube Red, no paywall.
Always free. That's the Karp motto.
We're organic.
So meaty.
Well, this spiraled out of control quickly.
Let's see. I don't really have any shout outs this week because I've been stuck here for the last 3 weeks. So
with your red starbursts?
Yeah. No, it's definitely back to lemon right now.
I opened up a package of Starburst at my work and pulled out a couple pink ones. I was going to send you the picture, but I decided against it.
Well, hopefully we'll get back to that point in a week or two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll go 3-0 while we're at regionals.
Well, hell, that'd be forever now. I guess I could go 3-0 at cities. But no, I'm going to make sure I'm going to be at cities.
I'm planning on going to cities too. My plan is to run 3 different decks at cities.
I plan on playing in 2 events, and then I'm going to see if I can judge one of them.
If it's standard, I already have my 3 standard deck ideas. If it's expanded, we're going to be running into problems, and I'll only be running 1 deck because I don't know expanded that well.
No, I'll help you with that. Expanded's kind of my jam, so I like it a lot more than I like
Dude, it's my jam. Play Freebird. If I leave here tomorrow. I'm sorry, I don't have Jamie or DJ's singing voice.
Nope.
Speaking of DJ.
We haven't had DJ in a while.
Yeah, we haven't had DJ in a while. He's been playing for us, but we haven't had him in a while.
Time we get him on this show.
He has life to worry about.
So if you guys want to see DJ on the show, leave it in the comment section below. Because we all know he reads every one of those.
And if you have any questions you want us to answer, leave those in the comments. That'll make the endings of these shows a little more structured. If you have questions, tweet them into Karp Pro Shop. I'll probably answer them beforehand, and then we'll answer them on the show.
Try it. Hit up the Twitter.
If anybody has any questions. Do you think we're being pandery? Comment in the comment section below if you think so.
I need to get like some big arrows here. It's like, but I'm so horrible with.
That's what my fingers were for.
Yeah, I'm so bad with Adobe Premiere. I don't know. The program still kicks my butt.
And you pay good money for it too.
I know. If only I could get the school to pay for it. But we really need this for the kids.
Oh yeah, it's all about the kids.
That's right.
Speaking of kids, Karp Talk Junior, is that going to be coming anytime soon?
Should be. I think we're going to record another episode this coming week. I'm wanting to do that every other week, just because Xavier needs time to come up with things to talk about other than Minecraft, which is his favorite subject of all. So,
maybe you should get him into Pixelmon.
Yeah, he's got that too. Minecraft. At least it ain't drugs, right?
No, get your kids into card games. They'll never have money for drugs.
That's right.
One of my favorite jokes. One of my favorite jokes.
It's rough. Have to buy that many shamans at one time.
I don't want to hear it. You paid $20 a piece for them. I don't want to hear it.
Money well spent. At least they've served me well. And that when I bought them though, you had to have 4 in your deck
because Trump card was still a
card. And then once Trump card rotated out, 2 for the majority of decks. It's 2. So that
it didn't rotate. It got banned.
Or you know what I mean, banned. And
yeah, I know what you mean.
That actually helped out the team quite a bit because that gave me some that you could borrow and DJ could borrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I could move them, but I don't see the point in it. Like they're that good, and then there's decks that you really need 3 of them in. So
yeah, like a lot of speed decks need 3 to 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think 4's overkill, but 3 for sure. But I think we're pretty much done for the week, right?
We've been done for about 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah. So
everybody just exited out of the video.
Yeah, like these guys. It's like that wrestling match that never ends.
Yeah.
But
speaking of wrestling, one of my favorite baseball players, the team didn't pick up his option. Johnny Gomes is his name, and one of the writers that covers the Royals tweeted that out, saying that now he could pursue a career in the WWE. And I'm still not sure if that was a joke or being serious, but I will watch wrestling if he gets in the WWE.
Well, Seth Rollins is out according to Jamie, so maybe he's going for that WWE title. No. Anybody but him.
You can't see me.
I don't want to see him. I know he does a lot of good things. Like
Jamie just sent us a message. Guys, I'm at a honky tonk.
Oh, God. I'm glad this show went on long enough to hear that.
Yes.
So the title of the show is Jamie's at a honky tonk.
Jamie's honky tonk badonky donk. Is that what the song? Is that what the song's called?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know country as well as I know the other genres. By choice, by the way.
Good choice, because it's not really country anymore.
Yeah, modern country has just evolved into pop music for people who don't like people of other races. Oh shit! Did I just say that on camera?
I know, Chris. Edit this out.
Yes. We don't need any controversy.
Yep. But all right, we'll end this, guys. I'm Chris Morgan.
I'm Ryan Ferry, and keep splashing.
On splashing.